In 2013, 14 people turned up for a dinner, thinking that it was another evening with a dear friend. They left carrying $1 million each. No press release, no announcement of any kind, just a man who decided that the people who carried him when he had nothing deserved to feel what it meant when he finally had everything. George Clooney had spent years building towards something. Before the fame, before the Oscar, before the Italian villa and the tequila empire, there were lean years. Years when the same group of friends quietly kept him afloat. They lent him money without conditions. They showed up in the specific, unglamorous way that only real friendship demands. He never forgot that. And when the moment came, he didn't forget it quietly. The film was Gravity. The studio considered it a risk. So they offered Clooney back-end percentages on the assumption it might underperform. But it didn't. Gravity became one of the highest grossing films of that year. And that percentage turned into the kind of money that changes the shape of what's possible. He didn't buy a yacht. He didn't throw a party for himself. But he went and bought 14 suitcases. 14 of his closest friends received an invitation to his home for what seemed like an ordinary dinner. They arrived to find the table set, the food ready, and beside each of their seats, a to-me suitcase. Inside each one, $1 million in cash. No speech, no ceremony designed for an audience. Just a man setting a debt he had been carrying in his chest for the better part of 2 decades. He later described the reasoning simply. He pointed to a map and traced every place he had been, every experience his success had brought him, and asked himself how any of that happens without the people who believed in him first. His answer was direct. $1 million seemed like a star. What makes this story harder to dismiss than the usual celebrity generosity narrative is what it wasn't. It wasn't a foundation. It wasn't a tax strategy. It wasn't announced to a publicist or timed to a film release. It was 14 people who remembered the version of George Clooney that the world never saw, being told without fanfare that he remembered them too. That kind of loyalty is rare at any income level. At $14 million given away in a single evening, it becomes something else entirely.